fun. Before this night, I actually told Lori I hadn't spoken in a very long time. So in my student days, this wasn't as nerve-wracking as it is now. It is an honor for me to be here tonight, surrounded by people who believe in the future. My name is Wendy Mentra-Lopez, and tonight I want to take you on a journey. Not just my DECA experience, but through how a single spark can change the trajectory of a young person's life. My DECA journey didn't start as planned. I actually had signed up for theater class as my elective for freshman year, but just after one day, I realized that wasn't for me. So I went straight to my school counselor and I asked, what can I switch into? And they said the only option left is intro to marketing. Before DECA, I had no real concept of what life after high school could look like. No vision, no plan. Growing up in a single-parent household with Guatemalan immigrant parents, I spent most of my time helping raise my younger sisters and supporting my mother who worked as a housekeeper. On the weekends and during school breaks, my sisters and I would help her clean houses for extra income. College, careers, and leadership were conversations that we had around the dinner table. But DECA changed that for me. It became the first space where I started thinking bigger, where I started thinking beyond. Through DECA, I discovered what it meant to set intentional goals. Every year, I worked towards making it to ICBC, which I did all 4 years. That pursuit gave me structure and a purpose to keep pushing when life at home was demanding. DECA also laid a foundation of my interest in the business world. From managing the student store to writing business plans for competition, I began to understand the fundamentals of entrepreneurship, communication, and leadership. It was also there where I first learned the importance of building connections, networking, and collaborating, and learning from people who inspired me to think bigger. I'll never forget my first time walking into the Bellevue Hyatt for a DECA conference, dressed in professional attire. For the first time, I felt important. I saw myself in those spaces, surrounded by students and driven professionals who made me believe that I could have a place in this world too. DECA also gave me the gift of travel. I got to visit cities that I never dreamed of seeing and places that made me feel part of a bigger world. But maybe even more meaningful than those cities and those medals, DECA helped me recognize the impact of great educators. I was lucky enough to have an advisor who didn't just believe in me, but challenged me to lead. She sought out fundraising opportunities to ensure her students could attend conferences and competitions, no matter their circumstances. She encouraged me to run for state office and helped me shape the person that I am today. Her support is a big part why I continue to stay involved in this work. DECA opened doors for me that I didn't know existed. One of the biggest came when I connected with Johnson & Wales University through a DECA event. I ultimately chose to attend their Providence campus in Rhode Island, where I earned my undergraduate degree in business administration. Thanks to my involvement in DECA, I was awarded a scholarship that covered the majority of my tuition. And if that wasn't enough, I was also able to play on their women's soccer team, competing at the NCAA level. I went on to become the first in my family to attend a university and the first to attend as a collegiate athlete. Even after graduation, I couldn't walk away from this world. Today, I work as a development volunteer coordinator, and I help continue to connect industry leaders like yourselves with CTO students just like I once was. And I've also launched my own consulting firm where I help small businesses grow, especially Latino-owned businesses. It's a full circle moment for me, empowering my community the same way that I was empowered. But here's the truth. Not every student gets that chance. There are thousands of young people right now with drive, talent, and untapped potential who simply don't have access. Not because they don't care, but because of cost, circumstances, and lack of visibility. And that's why I'm here tonight. That's why the Youth Equity Scholarship Fund matters. Because when we remove barriers, and when we ignite just one spark, it can change everything. I feel that I'm living proof of that. I'm here because DECA recognized my potential and opened doors for me. because someone believed in me and someone chose to invest in me. So tonight, as you consider how can you give, I ask you to remember this. When you support DECA, you're not just funding a program. You're lighting a fire in a young leader. You're giving someone their first plane ticket, their first hotel stay, their first scholarship, their first dream. Thank you for helping students like me to turn a spark into something unstoppable. Let's keep igniting futures together. Thank you.